number one, I don't think that people should follow what I'm doing, the way I actually do it, because the way that I invest, the way that I would allocate is also based on my conviction. I always tell people this: you always invest based on the level of your conviction. I first heard about cryptocurrencies 2013, but I only invested 2018, and at that point it was a smaller part of my portfolio. And if you'll ask me right now, am I okay? Am I confident that if I put everything 100% into crypto, will I do it? I'm comfortable to actually say that because I understand it really, really well. I know I won't do it because I'm diversified as well. But if the question is why? Because I do understand how it works. I see how it's also liquid.
I do keep some cash on hand, yeah. And because I have the money kind of going in on autopilot, I normally set aside a percentage, like an amount of cash per month, and say, okay, this is what I plan to invest this month. And then that kind of depletes, and then the next month I'll top it up as well. Since I'm just averaging into index and index funds and ETFs at the moment, I don't really find myself needing cash for like an investment opportunity that might come up. But in the past, like for example, during 2020, it was definitely good to have some cash on hand because, you know, when the market hit rock bottom, there was a lot of investing opportunities there to be taken advantage of.
Hi guys, so we are back once again with the Graham Stefan of Madrid, Johnny M, Millennials with Money, super rich guy, has property, stocks, crypto, and very, very important, doesn't just have investments, but he also has love life, because what is all of this investment if you don't have love? But anyway, we're gonna flip this interview, and this was something that was a surprise to him. I asked him to set a couple of questions. I don't know what the questions are. I don't know how hard it is. I don't know what asset class we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna flip the switch. He's gonna grill me with hopefully very, very hard questions, and I'll try my best to answer him. And in a way also, it gives value to you as well. So
you have talked about crypto in the past. You are a big believer in crypto, I understand. Why would you add? So I hold, as we've discussed, I hold a much smaller percentage of crypto in my portfolio. Is there a reason why you would, or why you do advocate people to hold larger holdings, like a larger percentage of their portfolio in crypto?
Number one, I don't think that people should follow what I'm doing, the way I actually do it, because the way that I invest, the way that I would allocate is also based on my conviction. I always tell people this: you always invest based on the level of your conviction. I first heard about cryptocurrencies 2013, but I only invested 2018, and at that point it was a smaller part of my portfolio. And if you'll ask me right now, am I okay? Am I confident that if I put everything 100% into crypto, will I do it? I'm comfortable to actually say that because I understand it really, really well. I know I won't do it because I'm diversified as well. But if the question is why? Because I do understand how it works. I see how it's also liquid, that there are certain ways also that it can function as money, aka stable coins, and it can function as technology, especially if you are positioned into projects that are connected to decentralized apps. Then it looks like a tech stock in that way. But in an essence also, when you go to the bigger ones like Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think Ethereum is a piece of technology. I think Bitcoin is digital gold. It's a chance for, let's put it this way, it's a chance for people in different parts of the world that they get to store their assets that no one can take away from them, and that's what Bitcoin is. So I don't suggest that people do what I do, but I suggest that they study it, they try to understand it, and as they try to study it, but they're not comfortable with it, then they shouldn't put money into it, because at the end of the day, money, or at least investments, should be something that should add to people. If it takes away sleep from you, it gives you anxiety, then it's not fulfilling its purpose. So I always go with this rule that I only put something that, if it, people always say put money that you can afford to lose, or if it drops 10%, 20%, you're okay with it. I always think about this. I only invest an amount of money that if it goes to zero, I can still sleep well. Because in investing, if you know your downside, your upside will always follow. Because people, when they invest, they always look at their upside. They always look at how much could I actually earn if I go to this investment. I do the opposite. I always look at my downside. I always look at what I could possibly lose. Because when I figure that out, then everything else will be a bonus for me. So it took a while for me to understand it. I had Bitcoin and Ethereum 2018, but it took the lockdown for me to understand that this is something that's more than just a different asset class. Because when I invested in 2018, it was just a diversification play. Okay, I have stocks. If this position in crypto goes to zero, I still have. So I do bonds, I do ETFs, I do REITs, I do stocks. So I should still be okay. But when the lockdown happened, I had the ability to learn more about it. Then with learning comes conviction. With conviction, it's just a normal process that you'd want to also put more into it, that you understand more. That's why I'm not an options trader. I'm not a forex trader. I'm not a commodity trader. I don't do franchises. I don't flip real estate because I don't understand it as well. But crypto stocks, I understand very, very well.
What do you think has been the biggest factor that's contributed to the success of where you are today?
When that question is asked, it's like there's a measuring stick that people would say that you've hit this. That's why you come to this part of where you are today. But one of the things that I figured out early on in life is that so when you were talking about in the earlier videos that you were saving, you're investing, you're frugal, that was me 2006. I would literally save and invest everything that I would have. I would get side hustles, and then everything that I would get in side hustles, I wouldn't spend it. I would reinvest it. The reason why I did that is so that I get to have the ability to do the things that I want, to be able to say yes to either the work, the jobs, or the things that I would also want to do, regardless of if people see that as something that was successful or not successful. To me, what everyone else thinks about me doesn't really, it matters, but it doesn't really matter in a way that if everyone thought that, oh, you should stop investing in crypto, but to me it made sense to me, I'd still do it. Or even when I took up engineering, I passed the board exam, never practiced a single day in my life. And when that happened, when I did that, people at the start were, why did you do that? You wasted your years in university trying to do that. But it was about staying real to who I was, what mattered to me. That's why I guess I've learned to listen to where I want to go, what I want to be, what's real to me, and to drown out the noise. I wanna say this, since you're also into YouTube. If no one watched my channel, I'd still do YouTube. If I had $1 billion today, I'd still do this video with you, because it's something that's fun for me. It's something that I would love to do. And my metric also, in that people always talk about, you need to have this much views, this much watch time, or at least this and that. My metric for YouTube isn't all of that. My target is I just want to make 10,000 videos. So that's something that I can quantify. If you're asking if there's something that has led to this also, I try to measure things based on what I can control. I can't control the market. I can't control the YouTube algorithm. I can't control what interest rates will be, inflation will be in the next 10, 20 years, but I can't control how much I save. I can't control how much debt I would want to get if I would get into debt. I can't control also the amount of hours that I work. I can't control who I listen to. So I try to focus on the things that I can control. Then I try to disregard the things that are not in line with where I want to go, or the things also that are not in my control.
So what is the hardest lesson that you have faced, either in your personal finance situation, in your career as a financial advisor, or in life in general?
People need to realize that their bank account, their wallet, does not define who they are. Before all of this, also I've seen portions in at least our family's lives where finances got hit. That it wasn't really a good financial situation. But I never considered myself poor. I never considered myself broke because I realized that who you are is more than what your money is, than what your bank account is. And that was even also my motivation. That's why I worked so hard. I saved so hard because um, I wanted what was inside of me to be also my reality. I wanted to have more than enough to not just take care of my needs, not just take care of my wants, but also to be a blessing to people older than me and younger than me as well. So it was being hit financially hard early on in life and not being there, seeing it from family and relatives and not being in that situation when I was older. That was my biggest motivation. So it's really a combination for me of not being there. That's what propelled me to work harder, to save, to not really go into debt, and to just invest. And that's what I've been doing ever since. So I'm turning 39 uh in the next few days. But um my lifestyle, although it has changed also a bit, whatever my principles were of investing, saving, living below what you earn, it hasn't changed for the past 15 plus years.
Great. Good answers.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys got a lot from this. So, this is our third part of our interview with Johnny, where he grilled me this time. If you want to follow Johnny, I'll put links down below as well. Lots of very very useful, and I'll say this. In Johnny's channel, it's useful, informative, insightful information about money that will be helpful to all of you. It's not get rich quick, because what I really believe is the best way to get rich is to do it slow. That when you love the process, no matter if it's a bear market or a bull market, you know what to actually do, and you're not panicky, you're not fearful. And you can check it out in his channel. He's the Graham Stefan of Madrid, Spain. Check him out, follow him, and hit the notification bell in his channel as well. Any final words for you as we end this entire series too?
This was really fun, Marvin. Thanks a lot for having me. It was definitely worth waking up early for.
Okay, got it. So thank you everyone. I hope that this was something that was insightful for all of you. Johnny, thank you for being a good guest, and to everyone, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.